Have you ever felt a strong desire towards somebody? All the signs of sexual tension are there. Butterflies won't leave your stomach. Your cheeks flush a deep shade of red, and you're suddenly hot like it's the middle of a heat wave. But there's a catch. The person you're so irresistibly drawn to is out of reach. As some of you commented on our video on sexual tension, sometimes you simply can't do anything about it. For example, you might be drawn to your work colleague, a professor, best friend who might not see you the same way, or you might already be in a relationship with someone else, or vice versa. So, how do you keep your cool when sexual tension is heating up the room? We made this video to give you some strategies you can use to cope. Also, this topic is often taboo and we want to bring it to light. So, let's dive in. Number 1, welcome the feelings. Have you ever tried to simply push your sexual thoughts away? If you have, you might have noticed that it didn't really work. Think of it like the don't think of a pink elephant effect. Trying not to think about it makes you think about it more. Instead, try to simply accept your thoughts as they are. Acceptance is a strategy rooted in mindfulness, and it involves acknowledging sexual desires without trying to suppress or control them. It means saying to yourself, okay, I'm feeling this right now, and that's fine. I don't need to act on it or judge myself. This way, you can reduce the struggle with urges and build emotional tolerance. By simply allowing the feeling to exist without overreacting, it eventually fades on its own. 2, attention getaway. If acceptance isn't your go-to, you can try distraction instead. There's a theory in psychology called cognitive load theory, which tells us that our brains have a limited processing capacity, kind of like a computer running too many programs. By filling your mind with other tasks, there is less mental space left for sexual thoughts. For example, if you find yourself daydreaming about someone inappropriately, you could throw yourself into a project at work, start reading something that requires focus, or play a challenging game on your phone. The mental effort needed to concentrate will leave less room for those distracting thoughts. 3, changing the lenses. To reduce your sexual urges, you could also try something called situation-focused reappraisal. This means reframing the way you interpret a specific situation. When you're feeling sexual tension, it often comes from focusing on a person's physical appearance or attractiveness. In this context, to reappraise the situation means knowingly shifting your focus to their other qualities. So, instead of getting caught up in their irresistible looks, you can focus on their intelligence, sense of humor, or professionalism. By doing this, you change the way your brain sees the situation, making it less about sexual attraction and more about other qualities. Number 4, channeling the energy. Another useful strategy to deal with those urges is sublimation. This means taking your sexual energy and channeling it into something productive. This idea comes from Freud, who suggested that when we can't or shouldn't act on certain desires, like sexual ones, we can turn that energy into creativity, work, or hobbies. When you feel your sexual urges are getting out of control, you might redirect that energy into a passion project, exercise, or even something creative like writing or painting. Instead of being stuck in sexual frustration, you're turning that energy into something positive and constructive. And number 5, back to the present moment. Sexual tension and urges can sometimes make you feel anxious or distracted, especially if it's in a setting where acting on it is not appropriate. Grounding techniques can help you get back to the present moment and calm your mind. One popular technique is called 5-4-3-2-1, where you focus on your senses to break the mental loop. You name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by sexual thoughts, you might ground yourself by noticing the texture of your clothes, the sound of a fan, or the smell of coffee. This helps shift your attention back to the real world and calm your anxiety or obsessive thoughts. These are some strategies that might help you control your sexual urges when they're unwanted or inappropriate. Unfortunately, not being able to act on your desires can lead to sexual frustration. You can check out this video to learn more about that. We would also love to hear how you navigate sexual tension in your life. Share your tips in the comments if you're comfortable. In the meantime, we hope you connect with someone who is available and shares the same spark. Thanks for watching and take care.